Okay, so in this video we are going to create the tuples. So first we are going to create a new file by clicking on the project. I'm selecting a file and Python file and I'm giving it name tuple. Okay, so the file is created. Now I'm going to write some commands here. So to create a tuple, write tuple name. For example, I'm giving it name tuple1. You cannot write the tuple because it's a keyword which is already predefined in the Python, so you have to give it the different name. Okay, so Python, inside the Python, how you can give it the values inside the parentheses. You are supposed to use these parentheses instead of square brackets because square brackets means you are creating a list, but we are working on tuple, so you have to use these parentheses. Okay, so inside this you can write the elements. For example, the pen and then paper and like scale. Okay, even I can give like integer values 1 2 3 and the boolean values. The boolean value true should start with the capital letter and rest of the letters should be small case, right? Okay, so I have created this tuple. Okay, so now it's created. Let's print this. Print tuple1. Tuple1 is the name of the tuple. Okay, so now run this. Okay, so the tuple is created and these are the elements of this tuple. Okay, so if I want to know the length means what number of the elements, how many number of the elements are inside the tuple. So print length and name of the tuple1. Okay, so now let's print this. Okay, so there are 5 elements inside the tuple1. Okay, so same way as we can access the elements by using the index in you can say lists. In the same way we can access the tuple and you can say access the elements of any tuple. And just let's say for example, if I print for example, I'm giving the index for the tuple1 and I want to print the first element. Okay, 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 so at the index number 1 the value is paper. Okay, so as we know the indexing start from 0, so the 0th element is the pen and then paper is the first element. Okay, that is printed. Okay, so now I want to know the type. Okay, so let's use the type function also. Type of what? Type of tuple1, right? Okay, okay, so run this again. So this tuple1 is a tuple. Okay, it belongs to the class tuple. Okay, okay, one way is, let's leave all these things. You can try this. Okay, and I just want to print this. Okay, so tuple1 is containing, you can say it containing only one element, right? But it's not the element, it's the string. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you think this is a tuple and it is containing one element. No, how we get to know whether it's a tuple or something else? Let's check it with the type function of the tuple1. Okay, you see it's a string right now, it's not a tuple. You are defining a variable and variable is referring to the value pen, which is a string. Okay, so how we can make a tuple having a single element? You just write a comma here. Now it's a tuple. It's containing only one element but still it's a tuple. Now run this again. You see it's belong to tuple. Okay, okay, so what else we can do here? Let's say if I want to create one more tuple from another tuple, you can say if you want to create a tuple 2, the other way is you can just write tuple function, right? Or you can say the method, and but inside this you have to use double parenthesis, okay? Because tuple function is this part, right? And inside this you are passing the values, or you can say the elements, pen and then paper, one more element, okay? So now this tuple is created by using this tuple functions, okay? So let's print this one also. Print tuple 2, okay? Let's run this again. Okay, so the elements are here, and let's check the type of this also. Print type of tuple 2. Okay, run this again. Okay, this belongs to this first one is for the tuple 1 and another one is for the tuple 2. So it's a tuple, right? It's a tuple which is created here. Okay, so let's say I have a tuple which is having elements pen and paper, okay? So I have printed the elements of the tuple 1 here. In the next line, if I assign the values of tuple 1 to another tuple, what will happen? Okay, so let's print tuple 2 also. Okay, you see the elements are created for both the tuples, and if you remember, I have done the video for the list. There you can assign the values to the another tuple, but here if you have seen my video of differences between the list and tuple, here it's not created. The tuple 2 is not a separate thing. These are just referring to the same object. How we will get to know? Print tuple 1 is tuple 2. What this will do, it will check whether these are the same object or not, right? Tuple 1 and tuple 2 are the same objects. True means these are the same objects, these are pointing to the same thing. What thing? These values. These are not the different tuples, these are just, you can say, the value, there are the values pen and paper, and tuple 1 and tuple 2 are the tags which are pointing to the same thing. It's not the different thing. Means you cannot add, or you can not say these are the different thing. Another thing I want to add here is you cannot add or you cannot modify the values of this tuple 1. Let's say if I want to add some values later on, okay, it's having two elements pen and paper, and I want to add some values by accessing the index number, right? And index number 0, at the 0 we are having pen, and at the index number 1 we are having paper. So I want to add value at the index number 2, and let's say the value is scale. Okay, let's run this. It is going to give you the error because you cannot add or you cannot modify the tuple. Okay, so because it's of fixed length, once you have created a tuple you cannot change or modify it, right? Okay, so we will do some more operations on tuple in the next video. Okay.